so on. And 7 things just don't happen that often, you know. And so now the idea is you get a good coverage of 3 things or 4 things, you know. And then you could go in and up the number of trials to go in and make that. Now, where it gets tough is when you start adding. I mean, I had 7, 8, 9, 10 factor levels for each one of those. But if you're just looking at 2 levels, it's pretty easy. Because if you go in and look at my combination here, like in 64 trials, in combination of this, that's almost 100 covered. Combination of 3 things, it's 100 covered. And that can handle 63 factors in 64 trials. 63 factors in 64 trials, I get a combination of 3 almost 100% coverage. Even 63 factors in 64 trials. So that gives you pretty good coverage. It looks like it's not quite there, 99% or something. But what really gets you is when you start going in a lot of levels to the factors, you know, like I was doing in the computer. Okay. But then again, there's some other ways of getting around it and separate things out.
How is the methodology compared to the Plackett-Berman design?
Well, okay, Plackett-Berman design is a type of fractional factorial design. I am not big on Plackett-Berman design. Okay, now you're getting into another topic here, but it's one of my soapboxes. But it's not on mine. You know, but Plackett, for those that are maybe not familiar, you're taking factors that are like you know, the ones I was showing you here. Well, if you start looking at pluses and minuses, you know, notice here I showed 8, 16, 32, 64. That's 2 to the n, to the n. So if you're doing traditional design of experiments, I can get interactions out of that. They could be confounded. Like an AB interacts with us. Now this is a continuous response. This is really different than what I'm talking about here. Well, now we're looking at continuous response. So, but on Plackett-Berman designs, you can't get the 2-factor interactions out. You know, because you'll have maybe 12 trials and 11 factors in 12 trials, or 23 factors in 24 trials. But it's not 2 to the n. In my mind, you ought to always use 2 to the n trials and not use a Plackett-Berman design. And it's better to manage the 2-factor interactions. Okay, and that's the approach I've been using, and I found very successful. I can even go in, if you're doing a traditional design of experiment, even though I got 31 factors and 32 trials, I have a chance of figuring out what the interactions are. You got a Plackett-Berman design, you have 0 chance of figuring out what they are. I have a chance of doing it, but especially putting engineering judgment in. Okay, any other questions? Probably about out of time here. Enjoy talking with you. If you got anything you want to talk about afterwards.
Where can we learn more about this? Is some of this in your books, or where can we learn more about
On this?
Yeah.
This is in Implementing Six Sigma, the 2nd edition.
Okay.
You probably got that copy. And that's in chapter 42. Now, then if you want to talk about, go into more detail on the software, we've done a lot since then. Okay? Very good.
Thank you.